It didn't take long. It didn't take long after the Knicks were limited on Saturday that the finger pointing has started in New York, and most of the fingers are pointed at Karl-Anthony Towns. So there were reports out of New York suggesting the team grew increasingly frustrated with Karl-Anthony Towns' defensive habits throughout the playoffs. This isn't a new revelation. He's never been a good defender. And he's a what do you say, Marvin? He is not a big man. He's a tall man?
Correct.
Okay.
Right? He's not a power forward. He's just a forward.
He's really good at scoring. Really good at scoring. And he's good at letting the other team score as well. But he's not a rim protector. Like, I don't – this of all the things coming out of New York, I mean, you got to blame somebody. We didn't go to the finals, so it's Karl-Anthony Towns. You traded for him. You knew exactly what you were getting. There's no secret. It's not like he stopped playing defense once he got to New York. He didn't play it in Minnesota. That's why they had the stifled tower in there, Rudy and the Goberts, because Karl-Anthony Towns he's a 7-foot shooting guard. Yes, Marvin.
The Pacers were targeting Karl-Anthony Towns in the fourth quarter. That pick and roll, barbecue chicken.
Okay, so you have Karl-Anthony Towns, who doesn't play defense. Jalen Brunson is undersized. He's not a good defender either. And you're playing for a coach who is a defensive-minded coach. So you can blame Karl-Anthony Towns defensively. Offensively, he played really well. His numbers were really good. But if the Knicks want to start pointing fingers, I think I'd look in the mirror right now, because now what do? Karl-Anthony Towns going to be one and done? Now all of a sudden you're going to try to package him? Now I'm hearing, hey, would you trade Karl-Anthony Towns straight up for Giannis? I go, wait, if I'm Milwaukee? No. If I'm the Knicks? Of course. Would you trade Karl-Anthony Towns straight up for Kevin Durant? Sure, I mean, it's a lot younger guy. I mean, these are the things that you're hearing already in New York this morning. And I'm thinking, would I try to package something for Giannis? Sure. But you got to give me something more than Karl-Anthony Towns. I always wonder, when we have these trade proposals, why are you getting rid of that guy? Now, Giannis may want out, and he's still one of the top 5 players, but he wants out because he wants to win a championship. Karl-Anthony Towns doesn't want out of New York. They might want him out of New York. He had one more block shot than I did in the entire series against Indiana. You're 7 feet tall. Jalen Brunson had more blocks than Karl-Anthony Towns. Stat of the day brought to you by Panini America, the official trading cards of the Dan Patrick Show. We should not be surprised at any of this. Usually what happens is, remember Joker can't play defense? Remember that was the knock that he wasn't going to win the MVP? Hey, he can't play defense. Well, they're called defensive rebounds, and he's one of the best defensive rebounders in the game. He looks like Bill Russell compared to Karl-Anthony Towns, but, Jalen Brunson, it's never been brought up that Jalen Brunson can't play defense. Never. But he can't. He's undersized. He's a great offensive player. Has some bad passes, stupid fouls sometimes. But, I love watching him play. But we'll single out, like Steph Curry, can't guard anybody. Steve Nash can't guard anybody. Joker, not a good defender. That, somehow that tips the scales to some. Nobody's ever said if Shai Gilgeous can play defense. I've never heard it. But sometimes when you're pointing out somebody, hey, he's really good on offense, but he's terrible on defense. Like Luka. Oh, he's a bad defender. Okay. He's a really good offensive player. I do know that. So at the end of the day, how does it even out? He's probably going to have more points than you and more assists than you. But when it comes to defense, Karl-Anthony Towns can't play defense. No one should be surprised because he has never been able to. And now, are you going to have him on the move? But you got to have somebody to blame. They're even asking the question to Jalen Brunson about, is Tom Thibodeau the right coach for the Knicks?
Jalen, when you talk about the confidence, obviously, I feel like nobody takes more criticism than Tom. and this team obviously has turned around during his tenure. Do you kind of feel that going forward he's the same guy to lift you guys the rest of the way, that next level?
Is that a real question right now?
Every time I turn on ESPN.
You just asked me if I believe that if he's the right guy. Yes.
Thanks, guys.
Come on.
Come on.
Awkward.
Is that a real question? What do you think he's going to say? First of all, okay, maybe you're trying to lead the witness a little bit. Maybe he gives you something, but he's going to back his guy. Do you think he's the right guy? No, I do not. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you. Have a good offseason. Yes, Todd.
Even in a moment of terrible disappointment, and if you don't love the question, are you looking to embarrass the reporter there? Is there another way Brunson could have made his point without?
Oh, no. You're backing your guy. No.
But you can't back him by saying, of course he's our guy. You have to say, come on, you're really asking me that, dude?
Well, I think in that situation, you want to back your guy, maybe overback your guy. But, yeah, I probably would have said the same thing. Is he the right guy?
He's the right guy. We haven't lost any confidence in him. He's taken us this far, and we'll go that much further next year. Really, dude? That's what you got for me?
Okay. But you don't blame the reporter for asking that question?
Not the greatest question, but the question was asked, and you have an opportunity to embarrass him in front of his peers or answer it short of make him feel foolish.
I'm going to side with Jalen Brunson with that. You just lost. Hey, do you think Tom's still the guy to lead you? Is that a real question?
What would you say to those who think Tom Thibodeau should be with another team next year and you should have?
I would say, who are those?
People. There are people.
Who?
Some say.
Who?
They're out there.
No. I would turn it back on you because that is our fallback. Where we go. People are saying, and I would say, who's saying? Let me know who those people are.
They're kind of nameless and faceless right now, but they are saying that maybe Tom's not there.
Ben Stiller saying that. Timothy Chalamet is saying that.